Good morning, my wonderful friends. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Asha. Today's message came to me in dream and vision again. I was in meditation, that place between awake and asleep, and I heard the word execution. And so when I woke up, I looked up on Google execution meaning, and get this, it says to carry out or putting into effect a plan our order. It's an implementation. And I thought, oh my God, this will be perfect for our warning series. And I want to thank everyone for sharing this. We've had about 3 times as many views as we normally get with this new series. When we think of execution, right, we think of a death sentence, if you will. I want you to think of this as a life sentence. We're going to be putting into effect a plan and order of Asha. What is Asha? It is the perfect creator's perfect idea. It's heaven on earth. What else could a perfect creator do but create perfection? Why don't we have that right now? My friends, the dark system, or what we like to call the matrix, they have written the code for the world right now. They've written the history, they've written the politics, what religion is, who God is, who you are. And my friends, there's a better code, and that's what I want to talk about also is, there's so much we're going to cover today, but the light code, the true code. And it gets me thinking, I've been watching this show on Netflix called Brain Games. If you haven't seen it yet, please check it out. But you play along, and you, oh my God, it's crazy. They'll show you something, but your eyes can't see it. They'll let you hear something, but you can't hear it until they let you peek behind the curtain, see what's taking place in your brain, and then you can't be fooled again. You can see it, you can hear it. That's what Asha is, the highest truth. Once you have peeked behind the veil and you see Asha, the highest truth, you can't be tricked by the matrix, by the lie and illusion again. And my friends, so many things. Oh my God, I was just thinking about, I can remember, I think it was 3rd grade, the teacher wrote up an equation on the board and then had, and it was one we all knew, it was very simple. And then she had some of the kids from the higher grades up come in and solve the problem, but she had them do it wrong. She gave them the wrong answer to give just to see if we'd go along with them because they're older than us. They were considered the cool kids. So would we also go up now and give the wrong answer because that's what they did? And most of the class did, my friends. And that's what happens. There's an old Jewish saying, I love this, that if you give us the child for 7 years, we'll give you the man. We know now from science that from age 0 to 7, we're in a theta state. Everything that is put into us becomes our truth, our reality. Doesn't matter if it's reasonable, if it makes sense. Doesn't even matter if it's right or true. As long as that's been put in us, we're now going to live from those subconscious prompters. The average human, 95% of his life is lived out of those subconscious prompters and habits and things that have been ingrained in them, maybe passed down from parent and grandparent, put into them through the educational system. And my friends, so that means 5% of your life is actually thinking about something. And do you know what? Thinking is discouraged. You've seen that all through life. They crucify, the prophets and the messiahs and the thinkers and the teachers. Socrates, Jesus. They discourage thinking outside the box. And then, my friends, once they get that, they've actually written code. Now, we can see it. It's in your DNA. It's scary. You actually have their dark system matrix code encoded in you. That's your truth. That's the world you're living in. And you keep creating it, whether you like it or not. And it's very easy for them to keep this cycle going. They have things like you go to church for 1 hour on Sunday, right? Why is that so powerful? You're sitting next to your parents. you're sitting next to your grandparents. You see in the crowd maybe a doctor, some of the people in society that people look up to, maybe a congressman. And then you're told the priest up front, he's a representation of God. And so you just accept that, that's how the crowd's going. And it doesn't matter how ridiculous the stories are. That's your truth. That's your reality. And someone can come up like a Jesus, or a Socrates or someone with a higher truth, and people will shut it down and call it a lie. I mean, the politics are so obvious right now. I don't like to watch the news because it's a low vibration, but I got to be honest with you. Sometimes I turn it on and I can't look away because it's so funny but so sad at the same time. I mean, I'm looking at these people we call the world leaders, and I don't want to be disrespectful or rude, but oh my gosh, it's like, wow, we are putting these people in these positions. I think about, oh man, I don't want to isolate anyone or offend anyone because I want to get this message out. But sometimes, I mean, can we just look at it the way it is? Think about religion, man. I mean, like some of the stories I've shared with you, the story of Jephthah just blows me away. Jephthah said to Jehovah, if you make me victorious in battle, if I go in and wipe them all out, men, women, and children, that when I get back, I will offer up as a sacrifice the first person to walk out of my home. His daughter walks out. He offers her up as a burnt sacrifice to the Lord. And it said for thousands of years, the Jewish people have celebrated Jephthah, the mighty man of valor. And we're told that's the good book. That's God's word. Like he wrote that himself through people, right? And we're thinking, well, that doesn't sound very good. My friends, you were in a theta state. People around you, the crowd just going along with it, telling you that's good. And so you just call it good. Moses, I mean, that ought to just blow people away. That's the hero of the Bible. He told the soldiers to kill the men, women, and children. The soldiers couldn't do it. They said we couldn't kill the women and children. Moses made the soldiers bring the women and children before his eyes and kill them, and not to question him again. But you know what he did? He let them keep the young, hot virgins for their own sex slaves. And how do they get away with this? Do you ever think about that? How do they get away with this? And my God, they make you pay 10% of your income to them every month to just fill your mind with this balloon juice, and you believe it. And it's just like that show Brain Games. They'll show you things and you can't see it. They'll let you hear things and you can't hear it till they show you. But once, my friends, people get ushered the highest truth, they look behind the veil, they can't be fooled anymore. And that's what we're doing, and I am so excited about it. My friends, people right now are so hungry for a purpose. I meet with so many people, especially the older generations. They're like, what was this life all about? They lived it the way they were told to live it, with a religion that they were given, the God they were given, and it hasn't worked. And they're wondering, why would God make such a horrible, confusing world? He didn't, my friends. That's the dark system. That's the matrix. But you haven't broke away from it because you're living out of those prompters, out of that what you think is a reality. But my friends, there's a real, above all real. There's an order that we're executing that is perfect order. The perfect creator's perfect idea. It's seeing Asha actualized first in your life, then in your home, and then in our world. Asha 13 says the original word, the original vibration, thought, and idea of the Creator is all good, and that no evil comes from him. Asha 3 says we have one job. Isn't that nice to know we have one job? What is it? It's to align with and hold that original word. What is the original word? Many people were told it's the Bible or the Quran, but you read those stories and it doesn't seem good. God means the highest principle of good. And so here in the Quran, you got it's okay to lie to and deceive and kill infidels, right? In the Bible, you got all this killing and hating and warring and, I mean, horrific stories that don't seem good. And we got to go back to the original truth, Asha, the all-good creator. Ahura Mazda, the all-good spirit, can't hate, can't war, can't kill, can't deceive, can't get jealous, can do none of those evil spirit things because it's not his nature. He's all good. We align with that. We restore his image. Now we're going to align with that image we restored of the all good God, not Jehovah, not Allah, not Shiva the destroyer, but the all good spirit. How do you know what the all good spirit is? Because inside of you is a divine spark. You come from good spirit. You're made of good spirit. You know what good spirit is. And it says, Osher 3, my only job is to align with and hold the attributes of God, the highest principle we're talking about here. Not Jehovah, Allah, hates, wars, kills, mixed. That'd be confusing, wouldn't it? The all good, unconditional love, life, peace, joy, power, freedom. And then it says we be those attributes. We be God. What did the Christ teach? That you and the Father are one. My friends, you are one with good spirit. You are unconditional love, peace, joy, kindness. You're not your past failures and mistakes. You're not the wrong coding that's been put into you through your very DNA, through your parents, through education. And a beautiful thing happens. We can change our DNA and coding. You can make a change today. The three fundamental teachings of the Order of the Magi and the Zoroastrian faith is one, God is all good. He's been misrepresented as hating, warring, killing, destroying. He can do none of those things. He is all good. Unconditional love, peace, joy, kindness. And my friends, second, you align with that all good spirit. You be those attributes. And three, by cosmic law, you will create Asha, heaven on earth. You will create that in your body, in your family, and in your home. It's that simple, my friends. So I'm going to ask you today to have a change of idea, a change of thought. You know, I was going to end it there, but I got to read to you Asha 12. I think this covers exactly what's going on in most people's lives. Oh, I love this. I'm just flipping through. It says, when the truth is told, the lie is exposed for what it is, nothing. That's Asha 10. Okay, let me take you to Asha 12 real quick, and then we'll end with that. It says, there is nothing for me outside. We have up to 60,000 thoughts a day. We have even our own brains fighting us and our DNA fighting us. So what do we have to do? We have to quiet all of that, and we need to tap into the highest truth. Where do we find that highest truth, my friends? You're not going to find it in a book, or well, you can, but you're not going to be able to receive it from a book or a preacher or a man or any outside source. You're going to have to receive it from the heart of hearts, that Fravashi, that spirit that comes from good spirit and is made of good spirit. And it says, I have spent too long looking outside myself, looking for meaning, purpose, affirmation, approval, love, truth, happiness in God, just to find myself ever searching. Is that where you find yourself right now? You can't find your good. You've done everything they told you you were supposed to do, but you still haven't got your good. It says, quiet all the many thoughts and ideas and stories and go inside. And there you're going to find the Savior. Then you'll realize there's no separation from your good, your God. You are one. You come from good spirit. You're made of good spirit. All the truth and happiness you're looking for, it's here right now. God good is omnipresent. That means your good is here right now. My friends, God is good as Asha is. That's the real above all real. But to see it and know it, you're going to have to let go the world matrix, politics and religions and ideas of God and ideas of who you are. You are not a dirty sinner. You are perfect. You might think, Magus, I don't feel very perfect. You're not your past mistakes and failures. You're not the wrong attributes passed down in your DNA from your family line. You're not the mistakes of your education and society. Inside is a divine spark that is perfect, just like your daddy. And my friends, when you start to shine that, how do I shine that, Magus? What do I do? you become unconditional love, peace, joy, and kindness. You radiate that just like Daddy does. He can't do anything but that. He can do nothing but love you and love everyone and everything. The evil spirit, evil going on in the world doesn't change his nature, doesn't turn him into angry, a killer, a hater. He is love, and we be that, my friends. Start doing things, simple things, like loving yourself, forgiving yourself, loving and forgiving others. My friends, diet is so important. I would ask for you to go to a vegetarian diet where nothing's harmed. In Asha, the real above all real, all of creation works together in harmony with no harm to anyone or anything. Commit no harm. Don't kill an animal to eat. My God, they got such good food out right now. Last night it was a fried fake chicken with cheese and pesto sauce, and oh, it was so good. You can get fake ribs, and I mean, there's good food out there. You can get satiated, and you don't have to kill anything. There's fake bacon, and you can live and eat well without having to do harm. But you're gonna have to change those habits, change that mindset. Then you're not in resonance for survival of the fittest anymore, and all of a sudden life starts to make sense. Instead of seeming so ugly, like why is nature so cruel, it's not anymore, because you're not a part of it. You see, it can be kind. You don't have to kill to eat. No one or nothing does, and we're coming back to that, my friends, and it's beautiful. I heard a wonderful story about a man in India has a vegetarian tiger, and it has a friend that's a lamb. My friends, Asha is possible right now. The world is beautiful because a perfect creator made a perfect world and a perfect you. Let's run the matrix, the dark system, their politics, their religion, and their false gods out, and let's bring in the highest good, Asha. And my friends, oh my God, can you imagine what evolution is going to look like when we're all living from that place of unconditional love, peace, joy, kindness? Oh, I can dream it. I can see it, and it will be. Asha is. I love you guys so much. Please share these messages. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. And just know I love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Asha is the highest truth, and his light will shine on you. Asha is the highest truth, and his light will shine on you. The all good God that is love, will walk into you. Your words will lead me. Your thoughts will keep me safe in my own head. Asha is the highest truth, and his light will shine on you. Asha is the highest truth, and his light will shine on you. And we all are good, 'cause we are in this heaven, heaven on earth, create with words written on your mind, and a love Asha is coming to you. Asha is the highest truth.